letter is something we are dealing from third standard, no? From third standard, first the third standard itself, we are telling them, third or fourth standard, we are telling them, write a letter to your friend inviting him for a birthday party. This will be a common letter, or in return, thank your uncle for having given a gift on your birthday. Is it not? So these are standard things. From which standard they are doing? From fourth standard, third to fourth standard, from third standard to fourth standard, they are doing this, right? In spite of that, yeah, I think in state board, in 6th and 7th itself, we will give letters to the editor. In fact, that in 7th standard itself, we give letters to the editor. Write a letter to the editor stating about the erratic power supply in your area. Standard question. Write a letter to the commissioner of commissioner of corporation to remove the dustbin from that is opposite your school. This and all is very, very, from fourth standard we are doing this. Right? From fourth we'll start with a leave letter. From first we'll start with informal letter inviting your friend for a birthday party. Then thanking him. Then slowly we'll come to the formal letter. And so all these things we have been doing. Then from to 5th standard, 4th standard, what we will do, write a letter to your class teacher requesting her to grant you 2 days leave. No, so this from 4th standard we are doing. Then slowly, but in spite of that, because we are catching them young. Actually, we are catching them young. We are giving them a format in the formative years itself. Or Mari, okay, the they will learn. Or then or 8th, 9th, they'll be fine with these letters. Then again, 9th standard, what will happen? They'll become very, very mischievous. We will tell first, write a letter, apology letter. Otherwise, they will come late. First, the principal will say, write an apology letter and give. And he will say, I came late. Or I will come late tomorrow or today to school. I will come late today. You cannot even imagine the kind of mistakes that he will make. Okay, he will say, I will come. Sorry, sir. I will come late to school today. I am very sorry, sir. Excuse me. No. Then he will say, I not repeat it again. No. This is what generally. Am I being right? Generally, yes or no?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. They make a blunder with the tenses. Tenses.
Exactly. No, this is what they will do. No, in DAVs, what is the idana? Some punishment. This is very, very positive reinforcement. This is a punishment only for you. Sit and write a proper apology letter and show it to me, man. And see, as I tell you, it is a kind of passive learning. Learning is happening, no. So it is not punish. We can't punish them, it is not right also. Always, students early in the morning when they come to school, punish them, scream at them. This is not nice also. It is not nice for us also. It is not nice for the student also. And the whole day will get spoiled. Our principal, we had a Basta ma'am, what she will do for especially the 12th standard boys when they come late, she will say, go and wipe this one. She will give them a piece of cloth and she will say, go and wipe the lab, Sirgam. She'll say, go wipe the lab. That is the one. She'll say, go. You're all science students. You're using your lab only. No? You're using your lab, your own lab. Go, nice, clean the lab and go. But so she'll give them duster cloths and she will say the PT master. She will say use. So these are all. See, lab also becomes. It is. We are not. We are not being very rude to the child. In the process, he is learning cleaning also. Right? So it is holistic development. That is what CBSE is telling. No, until in primary classes, he is telling, even if he comes to school, give him mark. Give him. If he's able to, read a question, give him mark. No, that is how it is. This continuous assessment system. I think even in the new education policy, no, they are even saying no until 5. It is the mother tongue. They're saying no, if the child is going to be comfortable in mother tongue, you need to go down to the mother tongue and speak. That is what the new education policy is also speaking. Coming out with. Okay, so this and all we have been practicing in DAV. So no, we have been practicing in DAV. So it is only positive reinforcement. No, nobody will insult the child. Nobody will make the child uncomfortable for anything. Okay, So we'll only say, come on, do this. So, you know, even if you write, ask them to write imposition, you know, I mean, it doesn't solve the purpose. Instead, you ask them to write an apology letter. In the late coming also, the 10 minutes, what he will do, he will first write it wrong. He will write it wrong. No, definitely with all, this is what he will say. I will come late to school today. Okay. I am sorry. First, the madam will ask, what? I will come late today. Have you come, or, you know, what tense you must use? Okay, so this is what happens from all angles. And one thing you understand, ma, learning happens like that only. Learning or half an hour that is not learning. Learning is a continuous process. First, we should understand that learning is a continuous process. Okay, or that is what I will tell them. Even if you punish them, you know, when you're scolding them also, no, you make them talk. Generally what teachers will say, no, don't talk back to the teacher. You know, they will say that's a kind of respect. They say, no, we'll tell them, you tell me, you open your mouth and say whatever is in your mind, you tell us. Then what we can do, no, then only he will open his mouth and say, when that means what, you are giving a room for him, you are giving a platform for him to open his mouth and speak his mind. Ilya, he will say, that time what you should say, hey, I will come later, you've already come, man. You can ask him, no, then he will say, ma'am, I've already come, ma'am. Present tense or past tense, man? No, I'm past tense, man. Then what will you say? I came late to school today. Elicit the answer from him itself. You don't say. Elicit the answer from him itself. Okay. So you tell him, a subject. So this is what letter, man? This is friendly letter. You're writing to your friend or you're writing to your principal. So then he will say, madam, I'm writing to a principal. Then is it formal or informal? He'll say, madam, it is formal, ma'am. See, so first late tomorrow late in the you know, early morning he'll say, see, it is this punishment he'll just, you know, forget it and he'll just rub it and go. Okay, so see, it should be like, school should be an enjoyable experience, ma. So you're not that everybody is a topper or not that everybody is a failure. Okay, life happens for everybody. Life happens for everybody. Okay, so don't think, you know, you cannot, you know, you cannot decide their future in class 12. Within class 12, you cannot decide their future. These things, you know, we should be able to know. We should be able, first as teachers, we should understand. In 12th standard, there are so many people, you know, who have got, you know, less than 300 out of 500 in 12th standard, and they have done, no, somewhere they have done, they are in some top positions. Okay, so don't ever do anything that and seal the fate of the child. We should never seal the fate of the child as a student. Okay, so it should be like that only. So what you do, say like this, when you keep asking him, he himself will come out. Then you should say, this is formal letter only, no? Then you have to write a subject, no? Where is the subject? When? What are you talking about? We can get the answer from him also, no? Then what we'll say? Apology for late coming. No? So then you also can tell them. So instead, you know, what we used to do, we'll tell the English teacher, so every day morning, you know, the principal will say, go and ask your English teacher to correct it, no? So what we have, Nagala Usha Raito. So when we used to be, I'm saying, you know, when what we'll do, we will give apology letter as a topic for them. You know, so that next time when he goes to principal, he'll not make any mistakes. Okay, they will make mistake. Okay, because who will be the ones who will become latecomers? All these hooligans only. You know, all these ones who will all the hooligans of the school. Okay, they will only do that, na? So what we will do, we'll tell, I mean, they'll go and miss. Then we'll go and say, them sir will call and ask us, or ma'am will say, ma'am, we have given it, this is a book also, ma'am. In spite of that, he has not written, ma'am. At least you are safe, you know, you are doing your duty. Okay, so these are all certain small ways in which, you know, you can, you know, small very, very cool ways of doing things without getting agitated early in the morning. Okay, these are certain ways. So now we are coming from that age, we are coming to class 11 and class 12. Okay, so class 11 and class 12, yes, concha maturity, definitely. What I mean, you yourself can see, you know, from 10th standard, when they come to 11th standard, you know, one sense of maturity will be there in them. Okay, it will be, definitely it will be there. So now as teachers, what you can do, the maturity level, they will also, once if you say, they will be able to understand. Okay, so you should only tell them, you should give them what content you can give for this one, what content you can give for this, and the mother you can give. Sample letters we cannot give, is it not? We can keep guiding them. Okay, so what we can tell them, I will tell you. Okay, now I'll just share my screen on PPT. Now you should tell me which picture on letter writing you associate yourself with, this one or this one. What you associate yourself with and what your students associate, which picture you associate yourself with. Yeah, let's make it interactive. You say which
second one.
You
second picture.
You associate yourself with the second one. Why you are associating yourself with the second one? Why?
Because she has taken the exam or anything very cool. She is very cool.
Yeah. That how does that coolness come?
If they are thorough in it, confident in it, they will
exactly,
be.
Exactly. Okay, so you are confident, right? So you are confident, then it is reflecting. Okay, you can just take a pen, paper and pencil, happily you can start penning it, right? But yes. What is the student will associate itself with which picture?
50% second picture.
Yeah.
Another,
yeah. 50% will be this one only. No,
yes.
Ayo, what is this? How am I?
Who found out this exam?
Yeah, who found out this exam and who, I mean, why am I supposed to, why are they, penalizing me like this? Okay. So, that's why so I put this picture just to capture the attention of you are my students now. So, just to capture your attention, I have put this picture. Okay. And now, so between these two, so you also can definitely ask your students, with which they associate themselves with. Okay, fine. Then we are coming to and what is letter writing? It is one of the most indispensable activities in one's lifetime, right? Anywhere you go, can you escape can you escape letter writing? Can you escape letter? Even if you go to a even if you go to a bank, they'll ask you to open an account. They say just give a request letter, right? Right from any, can we escape the situation of writing a letter? We can never escape. Okay. So it is a life skill. It is just not a language skill. It is a life skill. Okay. So this, this gives you in everywhere in life, this is going to help you. Not only within a classroom, anywhere in life, it is going to help you, right? And so genres of letter: commerce, trade. You have commercial letters, you have trade, you have official correspondence, you have public representations, complaints. These are all the different genres of letters. Okay, I will be sharing this PPT with you after the class. After the class, I will share this PPT with you. You can definitely go through it. Okay, now you can just you can see the screen. And next, and business letters, right? Which are the, what and all comes under a business letter? A letters of inquiry. Okay, you want, suppose your sports department has to order something, order sports equipments. Okay, so they need to to some sports company. So then they need to place an order. You cannot expect a PT teacher also to be very conversant. He might just come running to you also, and he might say, ma'am, please, help me draft this letter. No, I have to put it, I have to, the English teachers, I think, you'll be more than willing to help them out, right? So here, letters of inquiries, asking for information. Suppose, you have our own DAV is having a spoken English class, right? You can, once you open the site, you can see it. You want any further information regarding that, you can chalk a letter, no? So what will your subject be for that? How will you frame the subject? If you want to inquire some information about the spoken English class that DAV is conducting, what will be the subject that you will frame?
Inquiry about spoken class, spoken English classes.
Inquiry regarding. Okay. Always inquiry regarding spoken English class. Okay. Conducted at DAV. That's all. always a subject. So your subject has to be very, very precise. Okay, how will the subject be? It has to be very precise and it should not have long sentences. All right, this you need to definitely. So what you can do, no, even to help your children, they're small children, they're not, they're not exposed to so many things in life, so many situations in life also they are not exposed to. Okay, so we only should, we should tell them, we should expose them to. Okay, so what will you do? Replying to inquiries, giving information, placing orders and sending. Suppose you want, that's what I told you, no, a PT master, he wants to place orders. He wants to place orders for this one, a sports equipment. So what will be the subject that he would write?
Ordering sports equipments, recording.
Placing orders.
Placing orders for sports equipments. For sports equipments in our school. That's all. Okay. Placing orders for sports equipments in our school. That will be the subject. Then suppose send, and you want to you want to send this one, you want to cancel the order. You have placed an order. You have placed an order for something, or some delay has happened because of something. Okay, and no, you are canceling the order. So what will be your subject?
Canceling orders due to delay recording.
No, you need not. You need not say the reason.
Oh,
You can just say cancellation of order. If you have, suppose, business letters will have order numbers. Okay, they will have order numbers. You can refer to the order number, right? Otherwise, you can just say cancellation of order number so and so, or cancellation of order for sports equipment. You ordered for sports equipment only, no? Suppose you ordered for sports equipment, or suppose you're ordering for books. What will you say? Cancellation, cancelling order for books. For the, if you had for sports equipment, it will be for sports equipment. It is for books, no? Cancelling orders for the books, for the respective books. Okay, so it has to be very, very precise. It has to be. It should not be in a full sentence. This you should tell them. It should be an extension of a phrase. That's all. It should not be a full sentence. It must be an extension of a phrase. That is how a subject has to be, right? Then next, letters to principals or institutes. Letters to principal, na, a leave letter can be a letter to a principal. A resignation letter can be a letter, can be a letter to a principal. Suppose, you want a scholarship. You are requesting for a scholarship. That is also a letter to a, that your principal, you can write your principal. Next, you can write, suppose you want a bona fide certificate. I think another thing is, another frequently asked letter is a bona fide thing. You request for bona fide certificate. No, nowadays people go out lot. They go for visa to visa offices everywhere they go. So they need a, they need a bona fide certificate, right? So they often asked, or the students will find the necessity of drafting a bona fide letter often. Okay, so all these letters will come into these letters to principals or institutes. Then official letters. Official letters are what? Official letters are letters that you write to some officer. Officer official, or a police officer, or a commissioner of police, a commissioner of corporation. Right, mostly it will be commissioner of corporation only, because we are all we are also always burdened with civic problems, and having a dustbin in front of the school, always an overflowing dustbin in front of your school is a perennial problem in most of the schools, at least in in crowded cities like metropolitan cities and all. No, overflowing dustbin in front of a school is a perennial problem. Right, so you have to write a letter to the commissioner of the corporation, Chennai Corporation. Okay, so what will be your subject for that? What will be a subject? Suppose that is the situation. No, take out the please. You want them to remove the dustbin that is in front of your school. So what will be your subject for that?
Requesting to remove the dustbins.
Requesting to remove the
dustbins in front of school.
In front of the school. Okay, Yeah, namaste, Indian sir. Namaste, sir. So where do you work, sir? Unmute and speak, sir.
Namaste, ma'am. This is
Namaste.
Indian from Sri Sheshas.
Sri Sheshas. Okay.
Yes,
Yeah.
ma'am. Yeah.
Yeah. Fine.
I'm being an English teacher, come NCC teacher there.
NCC teacher. Okay,
Yes,
sir. So, okay,
I
you
was
tell
been
me,
there
sir.
too. Yes, yes, ma'am.
Yeah, you say, sir. You say.
So I was been to school and to the NCC office. Today I was a bit late to joining the class.
Okay. So you had been there, right? So
Yes, ma'am.
you had been to school. Yeah.
Yes.
And okay, generally you're handling class 11 and 12, sir?
Yes, sir. Class 11 alone. 12 is handled by our principal.
Okay, so you're handling class 11, sir? Yeah.
Yes, ma'am.
So what are the general problems that you face when you're your students are asked to write letters for a given situation?
Usually they find a problem in writing the subject.
Fine.
Many times they are finding difficulty over there. And the closing part of the letter, mostly the content part, they'll be fine. Okay, they may be writing better. The closing part alone, they'll be finding difficult.
Closing part they're fine.
Yes.
So what are the ways and means in which what you try adopt? What is your methodology to reach out to your children, sir? I mean, what do you do?
I give them several number of questions to them, and different varieties of the passages that will help them to write it. So many models I will be giving them. And because all the students may not be that much good in writing, so
Yeah.
student to student it may differ.
Yes.
So on such a case, whichever the student are better, I will be training in a different way where they can do it better.
Yeah. So no, definitely nice, sir. Nice. Yeah. So no, it is repeated. I mean, the repetition and n number of practice sessions. Practice makes man perfect. Holds good for this. Okay. Yes. Only practice is going to make them perfect, right? Otherwise they are going to know, and because you are not, it is not like, you are not going to replicate what you have given in the classwork or what you have dealt with in the classwork. You are not going to, you cannot assure them that you are going to get the same thing in the examination. Okay. So it is not. So what you can do is you can give them a lot of examples. You can expose them to a variety of genres, statements, subjects, sentences. Okay, all that you can do as a teacher is you can expose them to all these things. Okay, but at the end of the day, what fits in for which one, he only has to pick and write. Okay, exposure is our duty as a teacher. Exposing them to all these things is our duty, and taking it and giving them lot of exercises is our duty. And not only that, giving them feedback. Okay, giving them feedback is also, that's why I saw a test without a feedback does not solve the purpose at all. That is why, what we do, even after any test, it can be a midterm test also. The minute, after the class, we go to the class, we take the question paper, and we will discuss the answers. We will discuss question by question. And one more thing also, what, I'll teach you one small trick also. When we are correcting, 40 papers, definitely we can go wrong. No, it's not only 40 papers. We would correct, 40 into 5, 200 papers. If you're handling 5 sections, 5 sections paper, when you are correcting, definitely it is humanly, we are prone to errors. I would say we are prone to making errors. Right? It is not, it cannot be. Sometimes we would have overlooked the answers. We would have definitely overlooked the answers. Sometimes, we would have, corrected, sometimes a wrong answer, we would have put a tick and we would have given mark. All these as teachers, we are facing. And it is if someone is telling we have never done that, then they are lying. Okay, yeah. So either it is, it's a very, very natural process. This is a very, very natural process which everyone undergoes. So even for that, there's a small trick. What we do is, especially in class 10, 11 and 12 and all, higher classes, we'll tell them, have your paper, take the question paper and keep reading out the answers. You just tell them, follow, see. And what will happen? even if you have marked an answer wrong, I mean a wrong answer right, that neighbor will find. Okay, but the neighbor knows, ma'am, I mean this is wrong, ma'am. I think you've put tick for him, ma'am. Okay, so this it will happen. So what will happen? Your errors. When you call out the answers, when you call for subjective answers, you cannot do anything. Subjective answers, it is your discretion. It is absolutely your discretion. You would have definitely gone through it and you would have given marks. That you cannot check, right? I mean, that is not possible. But for all objective answers, even if you have overlooked, this is what we do. So this will minimize errors. Definitely all these things will minimize errors, right? And when you are giving the mark list, it is not nice, when once you have given the mark list, again going and telling the teacher, ma'am, there is a change in the mark, you change it, otherwise, sometimes the class teacher would have even entered it in the progress card. So see the cascading effect. What you can correct it here, if you overlook it here, see the cascading effect. It will go into the progress card, and changing in the progress card is, I mean, it's an official document, and the changing in it, tampering with it, tampering a progress card does not look good. Okay, it doesn't reflect good upon us. So where and all you can minimize errors, in the initial section itself, you can minimize errors. So what you can do is just take the question paper, call out the answers, just say, see whether I've marked it right or wrong, then and that. So in that 40 minutes, your correction, your checking also will will get over, and you can give a perfect mark list to the class teacher also. Okay, and when it is happening, you are giving a feedback also to the student about why that answer is wrong. Okay, so unonna you cannot do. You cannot, for every student, you cannot call and say, this is wrong for you, this is wrong. We are not, class of 10 or 15. We are a class of 40. It is not possible for us. Okay, so a general instructions, right? So one student might stand up, and at that time one student might stand up and ask, ma'am, you have said this, I have written this, why is it wrong? Sometimes you would have felt the subject the subject, is not up to the mark. So that time, so what, then you should also tell that what I am saying for one person is for the whole class. It is not only for one person, it is for the whole class. Okay, so these are all certain small tips that you can use to minimize your work also. Okay, even as teachers, when we are, I understand, we have also been teachers, even now we are the teachers, we are also handling classes. So we do understand the difficulties of teachers. And so these are all certain small tips that I'm telling you to minimize your work. At the same time, you can attain perfection also. Okay, yeah.
Sure.
So then giving then letters to, so no, I told you, letters to the editor and this official letters, writing to any, suppose there is a change in nowadays, change in your residential address is a often, often quoted letter. If you need to go and give, you have to send, suppose you have changed your address to your work spot also, you have to go and give, you have to intimate them that yes, there is a change in my address. Please, note the change. Even for that also, you'll have to draft a letter. So anything that you are writing on official purpose becomes an official letter. Okay, and letters to the editor. What do you do to an editor? As I told you, one very famous, one very common example is erratic power supply in your area, and then overflowing dustbin. Okay, these two, and street lights. Okay, these are these are often quoted because across India this problem is there. So CBSE is pan-India only, CBSE is pan-India. So whenever he is making pan-India question papers, a person who is setting it also will see whether, a student everywhere, not only in Delhi, Kanyakumari, whether the student can relate to the problem. Okay, a person who is setting the question paper or coming with the content, curriculum, the course content also will think like that only. Okay, he will not think only Delhi lena narkadin kadiyadu. Okay, he will take. So no, these are perennial across India. Across India, we have overflowing dustbins, we have erratic power supply, we have street lights not working, we have all these things. Yeah, these are all pan-India problems. So you can concentrate upon all these things when you are dealing with letters to the editor. Something like this will come. So the child, konja variation irundha kuda, you have given him the content for that, for those three, yeah. So again he will pick and choose and he can write. This is another way of guiding your students to write. I mean, and as 12th standard students, they must get marks also, no? The marks also will speak, because of a language, their total should not go down, right? So that also reflects, right? So there also you need to be careful. This is again another tip for you to give your children. Letters to the editor now, or a 4-5 or a letter you can give them. You can just tell them to take it in the classwork, okay? So, and you can give that format. Today you go to Google, you will get hundreds of letters, okay? So it is there. But as I always tell you, do not allow a Google to replace you. The Google, if the student says I can find it in Google, then why are we there? Okay, you should make your presence felt so much that you will not be substituted by Google. உங்க இடத்தை கூகுளால எடுக்க முடியாதுங்கிறத you should only make yourself like that. Okay, so what you should, so because he will say that a letter, then if I Google I will get. No, where is your touch in that? Your touch is how you are going to make it easy for the child. That is only your role. Okay, a Google will not come and explain how it's going to be easy. You can tell them how it can be made easy. Okay, for that I have 2 tips what I have planned. Okay, these are all, and letters of application for job. The next one, business, how a business letter must be. It has to be formal and a matter of fact treatment. Business letter, you should not. That's the difference between an informal letter and a formal letter. Formal letters must be to the point. Okay, no extra sentences. The language must be very, and always understand whenever you're writing, you should never rudeness, R-U-D-E, rudeness must never be there in your language. Okay, as far as possible, your language must be polite only. Okay, that is one unwritten statement. Whenever you are putting anything in written document, okay, your language has to be very, very soft. Soft only it has to be. Soft and polite it has to be. Then generally and formal and generally written to by commercial and business firms and enterprises, requires simple, systematic and formal treatment of the subject. Okay, suppose I'm ordering books now, I'm going to order books now. What I would say, after all my format, from to whom, then subject, then dear sir. Okay, what I'm going to do, sir, we are planning to expand our library, for which we need certain books. The following book, I require the following books, 1, 2, 3, 4. So what you will say, give the list of books. Then you say, no, please get in touch with me regarding the availability of the books. Yes or no? You should tell, no, he should get in touch with you and say if the books are available, right? So if I would like to place order for the following books. So something like this, it has to be to the point. The letters have to be to the point. You should not beat around the bush. Okay, then that is why I've told it requires simple, systematic and formal treatment of the subject. Then from and to, mostly I think I see in all the letters, and everything is aligned towards the left, from to, and nowadays and most of the applications also I am seeing the from and to, they don't write. Usually when we all used to write, FROM, from, TO2, like that. No, from we would write like that. Now nowadays latest I see that they are doing away with that from and to. But I don't think, I feel it is sensible to have it, from and to. You can definitely write. Then I kind of, because the from says who has written it, to says to whom you are going to write it. But latest formats, I'm seeing that this word from and to is not there. But then I checked with a few CBSE teachers who are going for 12th standard corrections, and they say it. Even if you write it, that's it's not. It's not considered wrong. You can write. Okay. Then subject must be precise and convey the matter in a gist. So next, tenses. As I told you, for apology letter, you should not say I will come late to school today. You should not say I will come late. So you should say, well, I have, you should say, yeah, and there only you should use the present perfect tense, because it is an immediate action. Past perfect, present perfect is what? Just a completed action. What is the difference between present perfect and past perfect? Present perfect is
Just
The
completed
action
action.
is completed.
just completed
Just
action.
completed.
Yeah. So what will you say? Sir, I've come late to school today. I am so and so. I am Giant of class 9B. I wish to bring to your notice. Okay. Definitely, no, authority means what you should do. Always an authority, na, you should take it to your notice. Okay, these are certain opening state. I told you, no, there are certain tricks in teaching letter. Opening statements and closing statements you can give as a worksheet for them. Okay, which I have also done. I will share that worksheet with you, and you will say I have given it to you as fill in the blanks only. You can fill in which phrase will come where. When I say I would like to bring to your notice, not some people will write I would like to bring for your notice. It is wrong. The use of preposition for is wrong. I would like to bring to your kind notice. Okay, that is the correct way. I wish to inform you, right? If it is something nice, suppose your child is, it is your brother's wedding and you want leave. How will you open your leave letter? I wish to inform you that my brother is getting married on such and such a date. That is what I wish to inform you. Or that is you're happy to inform. Okay, so I wish to inform you. But when it is something a serious matter, I would like to bring it to your notice. Purinjada, I wish to inform you. I would like to bring it to your notice. Difference purinjada. I wish to inform you na. I'm happy about it. Okay, though I'm going to apply for leave, I'm happy to inform you. I wish to inform you that my brother is getting married or my daughter is getting married on such and such a date. So, I require leave from this date to this date. I kindly request you to grant me leave and treat my leave as absence. Okay. Some people, they'll forget to write this statement at all. I request you. And, generally we say, I kindly request you. Request, what is the meaning of request? Request, you're, asking very politely. It is all under அந்த காலத்து இந்த வெள்ளக்காரன் இருக்கச்ச அந்த இங்கிலீஷ் எழுதுவாங்க பாத்தீங்களா it is like that. I kindly request you, sir. We are not slaves. Okay, we should understand that we are not slaves. You can say I request you to grant me leave for such and such a date, and request you to treat my absence as, if it is going to be medical leave, you should say treat my absence as medical leave. If it is going to be casual leave, treat my absence as casual leave. Okay, so that also you should be able to write it in your leave letter. Okay, so you understood the difference between wishing to inform and I would like to bring to your kind notice. When you are bringing it to your notice, something has happened. Okay, so I have come late. That means, the student must feel sorry for it. So he should bring it to the notice of the principal. So I would like to bring to your kind notice that I have come late today. And because I had some problem. Because I missed the van today, or because my cycle got punctured on the way. Okay, so I'm very sorry for the same. And what he will say, and I assure you that I will not repeat this in future. Right? Simple, neat, 4 sentence. So he has conveyed everything in that. He has respectfully spoken. I would like to bring to your kind notice. What enna சொல்லணும் அவங்க கிட்ட? I would bring to your kind notice what you want to say, that I have come late. Present perfect tense. I have come late to school today. இல்லையா, principal 10 பேர் இருந்தா திட்டிட்டு he would have gone also. He would have forgotten also. Then you should say, oh, what happened? Then he will say, oh, what happened to you? Oh, I have come late today. I wish to bring to your kind notice that I have come late to school today, because I missed my van, or because I missed my bus, because my cycle got punctured, or something like that, or because, my father's scooter met with a small accident. Anything can be the reason, right? So then what you should say, then you should feel sorry for that. No, sir, I'm sorry for the same. Again, you don't repeat, I'm sorry for late coming. I'm sorry for the same, and I assure you that I will not, I will be on time to school henceforth. போதும்ல, சின்ன 4 சென்டென்ஸ், பர்ஃபெக்ட், வளவள கொலகொலான்னு இல்லாம. Always, brevity is the soul of wit. What is the meaning of brevity? Why they say brevity is the soul of wit? அப்படின்னா என்ன? Brevity is the soul of wit. அப்படின்னா என்ன? I will write. Are you able to hear me clearly?
Yes, ma'am.
Brevity is the soul of wit. Brevity means what?
Wit means intelligence.
Brevity. Wit is humorous.
Knowledge, humorous.
Wit அடிக்கிறான்னு சொல்லுவோம் இல்லையா தமிழ்ல. I mean, it's a joke. Okay. Brevity is the soul of wit. You should be brevity na something which is very concise. Just putting it in a nutshell. Okay. One joke also, when you say, you should not keep on say this happened, this happened, this happened. Then he'll forget to laugh only. A joke has to be very, very short. He should just be able to take the joke and he has to laugh. That is the meaning. Adada, brevity is the soul of wit. Or a joke, even if you want to say a joke, okay, you want to make the opponent laugh, it should be like this, it should come. Okay. If you're going to keep dragging, the sense of humor will be lost only. He will forget, okay, what you saw. So that is the meaning. Brevity is the soul of wit. Okay. Even for a joke, it is like that. For serious matter also, how much ever concise you can be, you should be concise. Okay. You should not keep dragging sentences, dragging, like you should be able to put it concisely, right? Four sentences neat, perfect. Okay. So there you will even avoid errors. All right. So don't forget this. Brevity is the soul of
wit.
Yes, brevity is the soul of wit. Yeah, don't forget that. Yeah. Okay. Then, and suppose and what tense you will use? Suppose you are making an inquiry. What will you say? Simple present tense. I would like to know the cost of this. I would like to know the cost of the following books. Right? Then complaints. If you're going to lodge a complaint, you're definitely talking about something that has already happened, right? So you need to talk only about past tense. There you have to use only past tense. Suppose if it, suppose you're replying, you're placing an order, and you are replying to it. So you should have that reference, with reference to my letter, with reference to my previous letter dated so and so. No, so that reference number has to be there. Then job application, it must have a reference. Suppose if it's in a Hindu, or any daily, Times of India, with reference to your advertisement in the Hindu dated this for such and such a post, I would like to apply myself as a candidate. Okay, that I thought I will just, I will write and show what. So we'll just scrape to this thing. Now this is the most important part of the slide. Okay, subject for way. This also, you can give it to your students, right? So suppose if it's a leave letter, what will be the subject? Application for leave with date. This is the subject. I told you, you give them, this is a class work or age or 10 subjects you can ask them to write. You understand always that you are not dealing with students who know the language very well. You are catering to the students who are not listening to the language apart from school. Okay, so for them, how will you help them? As a teacher, how you are going to help them? You can give them this. So suppose you are placing an order for books, placing an order for books. This is the subject when you are placing orders. Next, cancellation. If you're canceling, cancellation of order with reference number. Then suppose you're going to replace, for a replacement of you bought something and you want a replacement of defective washing machine. Booking a room in a 5-star. Suppose you're going to book a room in a 5-star hotel. What will be your subject? Booking a room in a 5-star hotel. So see, these are not full sentences, and it is not a phrase also. It is in between a phrase and a sentence. That has to be the subject. Okay. Then inquiring about age. Suppose you're the English course, spoken English course is there. Inquiring about A to Z in English course. Cancellation of membership, refund of deposit. This is what. Suppose you're going to write to a bank. Okay. Nowadays that online shopping, so much it is happening, and so many times what happens. Your money gets credited, and you're not. So you need to definitely write to a bank. So you always more often repeated is refund of money. This is an often repeated one. Then cancellation of membership, refund of deposit, illegal constructions on the green belt. Suppose you're writing letters to the editor. Then poor sanitary conditions and mosquito menace in our area. I will share this PPT with you. Definitely you can use this and you can give it to your children also. Okay, I'll share this PPT, you can use it. Next. Then now coming to the best, the content. Now we did subject, we did format, everything. Now I'll tell you, as an experienced teacher, I am telling you, students, they will not know to use whatever I have put it in bold. No, I would like to bring to your kind notice in the mari phrases that is where students will find difficulty. Okay, so they will not know enga wish to solradhu, enga would like to solradhu, enna pannunu avanukku theriyadu. Okay, so in the mari opening statements, okay, and especially usage of these phrases which I have put in bold. Okay, I would like to draw your attention. To draw your attention to something means what? I'm drawing your attention to something means what? I want you to
take some step for
to draw your attention. அப்படினா தமிழ்ல என்ன சொல்வீங்க? உங்க பார்வைக்கு கொண்டு வரோம் சொல்றீங்களா? உங்க பார்வைக்கு இல்லையா? உங்களோட கவனத்திற்கு தமிழ்ல என்ன சொல்லுவோம்? உங்க கவனத்திற்கு கொண்டு வரோம் இல்லையா? So உங்க கவனத்தை I want to bring your attention. So this I would like to draw your attention to the poor road conditions in our area. Yes or no? ஒரு கமிஷனருக்கு you have to draw அவரோட கவனத்தை இந்த பக்கம் இழுத்துட்டு வரணும் இல்லையா? So this is an opening statement that you can give for a whenever you're writing letters about civic problems. Okay, so these opening sentences also you can definitely give them. Okay, so he will avlo arivu irukum avanukku enga endha letter use pannu endha opening statement use pannungiradhu he will definitely know. Okay, but as a teacher what you can do, as a teacher you can definitely give these opening statements to your students. Okay, so that he will know. So the opening statement, closing statement, if you give, and using these phrases. Next one, I wish to inform you that my son's wedding has been fixed and it will happen on so and so date. Next, through the columns of your esteemed daily, I want to highlight. What do you mean by highlighting? I want to highlight something means what? I'm highlighting na enna. I'm making a
focus.
Well, I want you to see it. I'm highlighting means
publish the particular information in there.
I want to see. I have highlighted these in bold. No, I have highlighted these phrases in bold. Is it not? These phrases I have highlighted in bold. Why have I highlighted it in bold? Why have I done this? Why have I done this?
Drag the attention.
To draw your now you saw no?
Attention.
Draw your attention. See now you the phrase, no? You did this to draw your attention. Is it not? So passive neegale solla arambichittinga pathingala. So this is how your students also will say. Okay, so you can give such opening statements for them. You can tell them to write it in the classwork. Right? For the 10 subjects, you can give them 10 opening statements like this. Then, through the columns of your esteemed daily, I want to highlight the inadequate importance given to the games and sports in comparison to academics. And that means what? When compared to academics, you are giving more of, suppose a student is supposed to write about this to the teacher, to the teacher or to the principal. Say, sir, you are giving so much of importance only to academics, sir. You're not at all giving importance to sports, sir. You're not encouraging us at all, sir. So give us an opportunity. We also want to go and participate. Suppose if the child wants to write this. Okay, so in the mari or situation, in comparison to. Okay, so in the mari phrases, then and closing statements. Thank you very much for showing your interest in. So students will read, thank you very much for showing your interest for our travel, Simba. No, you show interest in something. So these phrases are very, very important. Prepositional phrases. Okay, so neenga vandu or worksheet, I'll tell you when really this will work. Okay, as teachers, neenga vandu you can make worksheets on prepositional phrases and you can give them. They will also be happy. I have prepared one and I will show you. Okay, I have prepared one. And I will ask you only to tell me the answers. I won't say the answers. Okay. Then, for closing statements, we look forward to your expert advice and guidance in this matter. What do you look for? They will say, look forward for them. We look forward to. Okay. So, in the madri, don't you think if you highlight this and give, the student will remember it better? Yes or no? You should tell me.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes or no? Yes, when you're going to give this to them, So he will not, always he'll not be keep fumbling, and he will know ஒரு sentence வந்து எப்படி construct பண்ணணும்ங்கிறது he will learn. Yes or no? Or 10 statements he can, or மாதிரி, and you should not say that rote learning is wrong. Memory is also a very, very important part of learning. If someone says he simply mugs, he mugs and writes, you mug and tell me, no. Is it so easy? You mean to say memory is so easy? Memory is also a gift. Okay, if someone has a strong memory, means he is really gifted. Okay, memorizing is also not an easy joke, right? So certain things, so he can even definitely memorize this and keep, and he can, wherever it is required, he can write it. Okay, this is another small tip that I'm giving you, that you can definitely give your students. So you see this, because the next assignment is for you. Okay, yeah. Then on behalf of, I hope the local police, we shall be highly grateful to you for this act of kindness. So grateful to, you're being grateful to someone. Okay, these prepositional phrases are very, very important for good writing. Next, I hope the local police will evolve a comprehensive strategy to crush the lawlessness in area. To crush if there is erratic, there is no law now, definitely, the police, what they have to do, they have to crush the lawlessness. They will say on crushamba, in crushamba, all these things will say. No, it is to crush. Then on behalf of the residents, this on behalf of, you can definitely, as English teachers, you will be given so many chances. So you will have to compare so many programs. You will have to compare, you have to write vote of thanks for your children and give, you have to write the report and give an annual report and give all these things, So for you must be fundamentally strong in your phrases. Okay, strong in your uses of phrases for any official program, right? So then next, we are all very hopeful that CCE will usher in to bring in. Usher in to bring in.
To bring in.
NEP, new education policy. You people only must know this. Often repeat it. NEP. I'm audible, na? Am I audible?
Yes, ma'am.
Now it's audible. Before few minutes, you are not audible.
Achha, yes, before few. Okay. NEP is what?
National Education
Policy.
National Education Policy. So you should say, you should be able to say, we are all hopeful that NEP will usher in a new era in the education system, not in the evaluation system. NEP is National Education Policy, is a total educational program. Then we request the concerned authorities to look into the matter. Okay, to look into the matter. He should know. He must not say on look in the look the matter, in look the matter. No, it is to look into the matter. We demand a thorough probe into the opening black marketing. Probe into means what? Probe into is again. So I will definitely, I will share this. I think this thing will be definitely useful for you in your class to help your children frame proper subject or proper opening and closing statements for any letter. You can use this as a reference material. Okay? Yeah.
Sure, ma'am. Usually, my students finding difficulty in closing statement.
Exactly.
So,
exactly.
This part
so I knew. That's what I told. No, I definitely know, West. Students. They find, what is their problematic area, and as teachers, we should address that only. No, that is not the way. What platform we are giving them? So don't you think giving subjects like this and giving these opening and closing statements will help them to a great extent? Yes or no?
Definitely, ma'am. To a great extent.
Yeah, to a great extent, it is going to help them, right? So, I mean, if you take this to your classrooms, that itself is the biggest success for me, for after doing this workshop for you. You should go as confident teachers to your class and put the best material to your class students. Okay, fine. And letter writing, this one, it will be based on verbal or visual input. This I think usually the subject mark allocation is like this: 5 marks one, format 1, organization of ideas 1, content 2, accuracy of spelling and grammar is 1. It is usually like this because latest CBSE curriculum only I have taken this. From the latest CBSE only this marking pattern I have taken. So this is how the marks will be allotted for a letter. Then, okay, 2 reference letters I have written in this. I have written, so let's not, you can go through. I will share this PPT, 2 reference letters I have given here. Okay. So next what I want to share is, I told you, that assignment which I prepared, I will just share that assignment. Okay. And you should only tell me the answers. I'm not going to say the answers. Yeah. So I have given certain phrases. Okay. In comparison to, with reference to, in spite of, as a result of, to draw your attention, in response to, regret to, complied with, herewith, on the part of. Okay. Now, you tell me first, each one of you, three sentences. I have given 10 sentences. So you can, you tell me what will come in the first fill in the blanks. Which phrase will be apt?
Draw the attention, first one.
Yes, draw your
attention.
Yeah, right. I would like to draw your attention to the frequent power cuts in our area.
Second one, in comparison to.
Very good. The rates are much higher in comparison to last quotation. Here you are comparing 2 things, is it not? In comparison to your last quotation. Then third one.
We would wish to inform.
Think and say, read the full sentence and tell me whether wish will come. What will come? Think, no? Are you very happy to inform him that the books that you have supplied is of highly...
Regret to, ma'am.
Regret, ma'am. Then regret to.
Regret to.
You're not very happy about it, no? You're not very happy about the quality of the books that have been supplied. Is it not? So
Yes,
when you're not happy about something, can you say wish to?
No.
No. Okay.
No.
We regret to inform you that the quality of books supplied by you is highly substandard. Okay.
Yes, ma'am. Then with reference to our previous letter.
With reference to our,
Yeah. With reference to our previous letter dated on 8th March, we would like to add a few more points. Then.
in spite of, 5th one.
5th one, we are constrained to inform you that we are cancelling the order. No. In spite of an indefinite delay. No.
As a result of an
Cancelling the order and indefinite delay.
There is an indefinite delay. We are cancelling the order because of that. So which will be the right option?
On part of, ma'am. No.
No.
It's a regret, ma'am. It's a regret.
You you have a regret. You feel bad. That's okay.
Okay.
But why? We are constrained to inform you that we are cancelling the order
as a result of
as a result
of an indefinite delay from your end.
As a result of. Right? Yes or no?
Yes,
Yes,
yeah.
sir.
Okay. Don't you think a worksheet like this will help your students?
Sure, definitely, ma'am.
Yeah.
No? Yes or no? So
they'll be very curious to answer. Like us.
Like us, exactly. So always, that is why I'm saying, don't think, student, namakku or test na, yo, nada. Don't you think, one test na, even now, we also have one spur of the minute, we get one tension. We feel that fear, isn't it not? It is there. Don't think, where nobody is different. Like how you are also curious to answer. No, you are curious in finding the answer. No, so your student also will be curious in finding the answer. And when he finds the answer by himself, he will remember it better. See, ipo 10 vaati and the sentence padchom illaya. we are constrained to inform you that we are cancer. Appo avan ellam padichikran illaya, he is learning the way the sentence is constructed. Yes or no?
Yes, ma'am.
Then so don't you think that this is one of the best ways in which you can put it across to your
Automatically they will apply.
automatically there. And idu vandu you need not sit and mug this, automatica varum illaya. So when he is writing, automatically this sentence will ring in his mind and he will start writing. Okay, so
Sure.
you know, these are, you know, I want, you know, you people to take these things so that, you know, you will be confident enough to teach your children. Okay, yeah, the next one.
In spite of our repeated reminders.
Very good. Yeah.
I
I would like to bring to your kind
like to
notice
bring-
that in spite of our
In spite of repeated reminders, you have not yet paid the fees.
not yet paid the fees. In spite of our repeated reminders. Solite irkom nariya vaati we have told you. So you can say them, you know, even in the class you can use. In spite of me telling you so many times, you are repeating it again and again. Okay, so he will know how to use in spite of. Okay, in spite of na enna ivlo vaati na solliyum, that is the meaning, right? In spite of reminding you so many times, you have not done it. The next one,
Herewith.
it's my duty to highlight that you have not
Here
dashed
with the rules.
huh?
You are not here with the rules.
Here with the rule. No, nee appadina
Um,
inga illena arthama. What is it? You
He is not abide by the rules.
rule no, always you should comply with the rules.
Comply.
Okay,
Complied.
you should always comply with the rules. Complied. Okay, so always, you know,
Yes.
always up idella or standard statements. I'm sorry to inform you that you have not complied with the rules, especially official letters. Okay, you have not followed the rules. So you have not, it's a complaint. I'm telling you, it's a complaint that you have not complied with the rules. So I can definitely take legal action also against you. Okay, so this is so upper he will know the meaning of complied with. Younger use pannanum also he will know. Okay, now you learned how to use complied with this, or not? Right? Indian sir, did you
Yes,
learn?
ma'am. Yes. Sure,
Yeah.
ma'am. I got it. Yeah.
Yeah. Then ninth one.
Eighth one.
Eighth one. Only a concert. You do it.
Options are not visible.
Yeah,
Maybe on the part of.
on the part of only a concerted effort on the part of the concerned authorities and a strong political action can solve the problem. Yes,
Yes.
right. It is on the part of the concerned authorities. Then I am attaching herewith.
Herewith.
Yeah, I am attaching herewith my detailed resume for your kind perusal. Okay, then 10th one. This is dash
in response, ma'am.
In response to your advertisement in the Times of India date. This is in response or with reference to. In response to, or you can say with reference to. This is with reference to your advertisement indeed. So for a job application, this will be the sentence. Okay, this will be the sentence. The child will definitely know. Can you prepare worksheets like this and definitely, you know, give it to your students?
Sure, ma'am.
Sure,
We will. We will.
Yeah, and this is one of the proven techniques. This is one of the proven techniques, you know, as teachers, you know, you do also thought ennada pandrathu inda pasangalukku enna koduthalu tappa eludran. Yes or no? Have you encountered such situations or not?
Yeah, often, ma'am.
Often, is it not? Yeah. So, you know, these are certain, this is one of the technique in which you can definitely put for closing state. You can, this is one sample I have taken. Okay, so many, you know, like this in the Mari propositions, but this one mostly in the, I will even share this worksheet with you. Okay, yes. This worksheet also I will share with you so that you can keep this, and you can, you know, give it to the class. You can write the answers also and give it to them. One, otherwise what you do, no, you make them do the this one. You make them do it as an assignment in your class. Okay, so definitely, you know, whenever you give the small tests, you know, they will also be very curious to learn, and it is not boring. Imagine only I am talking, you will feel boring or not?
Sure.
If 5 minutes or 10 minutes, you listen. Then you will say, yo, yes or no? All
Yes.
So that is why I always, you know, I will definitely keep a worksheet in between, you know, so that you can definitely, that's why even in my PPT, I highlighted all those phrases. I highlighted that those subject statements so that it will become a reference material for you when you go to your class. Okay.